Welcome to the Q&A live. It's a little later today. As you can see, we don't have the natural light.
It's dark outside.
Yes.
So this is what it looks like with just mood lighting.
Yep. All right, so we are on week 10, can you believe? So we
10
want to
weeks.
congratulate you guys for making it all the way to week 10.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. All right, so we're talking, in this last week, we talked about the up in context. So we picked, I picked 22 different ones, but we encouraged everyone to pick their own, pick the things that are important to them, focus more on the ones that are important to them and ignore the others, and just really think about how up would change. And one of the suggestions is to take each context and say, how would this change the lens, the focus, and the results? So if you have the book, it's on this page, and it's so it says, go through the categories and consider how being up would change the lens, the process, and the results. And so it's really fun. I actually did this with my guidebook, and I went through and said, for each one, how would this change the lens? And then I tried to compare it to the traditional system, or I tried to compare it to what I could imagine my lens was before, and then imagine what up would do for my lens. So like realizing the shifts that I've already made, and then also projecting in the future and saying what shifts that I think were possible for my lens. And then the process, like thinking about what is the process of relationships and influence? What is the process of mental capacity and transformation? And then each one, and say, how is the process different with up? How is the process, it's just one more way to see the effects of up, to look through these three things. And then results is really fun, because that one's very intuitive. It's like, okay, what would be the different results that I would be getting? And I just can't stress enough how in the traditional system, you're hoping to get the feeling of up because of stuff, because of all of the good things in your life. You're hoping that, oh, if I just get this goal, or get the right relationship, or have the close relationship with my kids, or all of these things, we just project that feeling onto a future outcome. If I can just fix the stuff, fix the environment and the relationships, then I'll get that feeling. And we're saying you can bring that feeling with you. You don't need to wait until you have some sort of until you've earned it, right? So start with happy instead of trying to earn happy. So it's a big difference in the way that it affects how you'll go about things. So that's another fun thing to think about when you're talking about your up in context, and say, how would I approach this thing differently, knowing that I can bring my happiness with me, and that when I do, I'm much more effective and efficient. I get so much more done. I enjoy the process, and then I don't even, I want to say I don't need the outcome, but it's funny. It's like I don't need the outcome for happiness, but it doesn't mean I can't have the outcome, and I can't just apply massive action toward that outcome. Yeah, you want to do that, and I think it's natural. That's what we found. People who are on their path to up mastery, they pick directions. That's what we're calling goals, directions. You pick directions, and they're unstoppable. Alex!
Hey, Alex.
Oh my gosh, nice to see you. We have a skiing trip to plan.
He's a neighbor now.
Yeah.
Hey, neighbor.
All fun.
Yeah, it's interesting. Directions, goals. Another adjective, another way that it could be translated is purpose. And a lot of, what would you call, improvement literature talks about finding your purpose and being driven by a purpose, having some kind of greater than us reason for the things we do. And that's one thing. It would be interesting to see how you translate that purpose part of it. So how would that relate to being in peak experience unconditionally? So
Yeah.
good question.
I like that. Awesome. Yeah. Well, and we also, I was going to say, and we also talked about, but we actually didn't talk about it because this next week.
Oh yes, we recorded something for next week.
Yeah,
It's coming
I'm
up.
really excited. Oh man, it's so much fun. Can you imagine how these concepts came about through trial and error and discovery and applying something that I didn't even have words yet. Like I was applying something and I didn't even know how to describe what it was I was doing, what I was experiencing, why I was getting the results that I was getting. And so to actually have words like empty vessels, how we keep talking about words are empty vessels. So I'm holding out this empty vessel to you and I'm trying my best to put meaning into that vessel so that you can receive it. But the only way you can receive it is if you put your own meaning in that vessel. So you have to go through the same process I did. Like I didn't know the words. I had to figure it out for myself. And you have to go through that, or you get to go through that same process because my words will be meaningless to you. They really won't convey that depth of meaning, and the meaning won't translate into action unless it's your words. I actually got to hear someone gave a recording of some of the benefits that they have gotten through going through the whole process. And this person's been an amazing, like she's applied it and it's been really powerful for her in her life. But I got to listen to a recording of her, and the way she described some of the contexts, the phrases that she used were her own, like very, very unique to her.
Has to be.
And I got so excited because I was like, oh my goodness, she just made it her own. And then she was actually sharing it with someone else, which was really powerful too. So
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully by now you have a guidebook, have somewhere that you're putting down your translations, somewhere that you're starting to make a record of where you're at in the journey and kind of what your why is, what you want to see on the other end. Why are you still hanging with us at this point? 10 weeks in. So we noticed that not too many people have played on the playground. I guess the recess has been few and far between. So just a quick reminder about the playground. That's just once every week we just place, and it actually doesn't matter which, if you find a playground and put something in there, then we'll respond to it.
Yeah.
But the playground is a place you can put anything you think will help the group, and it doesn't have to relate exactly to the topics of the week or anything like that. It's just an open playground. So
yeah, any questions, any experiences, even any other resources that you think that the group would benefit from that are in line with these ideas, like things like that would be helpful.
Yeah. I posted a really cool TED Talk in the play. I don't remember which week it was. One of the playgrounds.
I think last week.
It was the guy who makes the super big super soakers and Nerf guns. And he just talked about the Super Mario effect for learning. So there's a little plug for something completely different, but it relates to our approach to learning and getting into a certain mode that allows you to make more progress faster.
You know what? We should post the diving board, the
high
high
we were
dive.
going to. Did we not? We should put it in the
The
playground.
high dive, and we should do the marshmallow experiment.
Oh yes, I actually found some pictures and videos of the kids doing that, so we should do that.
So that's actually a teaser for the future because we recorded that.
Those are the kind of things to drop in the playground though, right? And so please share with us any little TED Talks, snippets, quotes, ideas, your own sayings, we're still in stage 2, which is translating the theory. We haven't gotten to the practical, but if you dropped a practical in there, hey, we would respond to it, and it would help all of us. So please, we're inviting you, whatever you want to put in the playground to help the group, please do.
Yeah, welcome. We welcome it. Yeah. So we don't really have any other housekeeping or announcements. Just appreciating you guys and just love that you're with us on this journey. and how excited. Okay, so I just have to share one thing, and that is that when I was starting this journey and seeing such a transformation in my own life, and then when my friends and people around me could see that I was changing, they wanted to know what's going on, how are you doing this? And I didn't have words yet for it, but I did my best. I did my best to try to explain things. And then they would always say, where can I go to get more of this?
That's right.
Where can I go? I want to learn to do what you're doing. How can I do it? And I'm like, I don't have anything. Like, I had nothing at the beginning. No, not even any analogies or stories or anything written out. Everything was just in my head. And so then the book came, and then now all of these videos translating the book, you know, helping you along the journey, like the same journey that I went on. It's thrilling beyond words that I have someone somewhere I can direct people to and be like, I have somewhere for you to go to be able to experience the same thing that I'm experiencing. And it just, you know, I get really excited. And I'm very verbal about my excitement. Like, anyone who's been with me in person, Alex knows. Like, I get so excited. It's just, oh my goodness, like to have a place for people to go, for me to share these ideas, and then the amazing benefits that they're getting, and then I'm cheering them on in their journey as they make these ideas their own. They become the author of their own book because they have to write their own book. Like, this is my book. You guys really translate it into your own words, and then it becomes your own. So it's really powerful. I'm just so happy for this experience, and I'm just so happy to be bringing you along with me. So, yep. Anything else?
We didn't have any more housekeeping.
Yep.
So yeah, just short and sweet today.
Yeah, and feel free to ask any of your questions. Do it in the playground or on each post or on the quotes. You know, whatever questions you have. You know how I love questions.
Yeah. And feel free to invite others. It doesn't matter where they start in the process. We will still respond and support and cheer and help them on. So if someone comes, this was one of the questions, if someone comes and joins the group, one of the things that you had recommended is maybe they could do 2 videos a day or something to try to catch up. But do they, let's say, you know, they're only going to do 1 video. Does it really matter if they're not at the same point as everyone else in the group?
No, I
No.
think they will get
Yeah.
benefit all along the way. So whatever their preference is, and they'll probably start to get a feel as they go along with us, if they're missing out, if they want to go back, and if they maybe even want to get a book and speed read, whatever.
What if they're like going one at a time, but they just start back at the beginning, so they're
off sync with us?
yeah,
That's fine.
Yeah, right.
Because you all know we're repeating the content.
Yeah, and so we're just shifting the focus from originally it was a preview, an overview. So it was just let it go and you're not doing anything with it. Now we're playing with the idea side of it,
Yeah.
the theory side of it, translating the concepts, and then we're moving into the practical applications in the next phase.
Yeah.
So if someone were to join and they just start going through the preview stage, the Q&A is for anyone at any stage.
Yeah, that's
right?
what we're doing.
So
yeah.
So if someone starts, they just barely found us and they started at day 1, and here we are at day 70 something, whatever it is.
60.
Okay, cool.
Tomorrow's day 60.
So they don't have to catch up, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
They can just plug away, and we will interact with them at whatever stage they're at. So,
Yes, that's
invite, share.
Yes.
It's not like we did 1 launch, and if you didn't get in on the launch,
Yeah.
then you're left in the
No.
cold or anything like that.
No.
So yeah, we're here for you.
Yep. Thanks for joining us. Hope
Thanks.
you have a great week. You're gonna have a great week.
You're
'cause this
gonna
stuff,
have a great
oh my
week.
gosh, this next week.
Tell us about your great week.
Yes. Okay, take care, everyone.
Okay, bye.